Alright, we are back again for another episode. It is freezing out today, and by freezing I mean it's in the 40s because I'm from Tampa and this is cold, but we're here up at Flippin' Great Pinball. We're going to be doing some pinball repairs today. We're going to be replacing a button on Star Wars, going to be looking at a switch on FunHouse, and actually going to be burning some EPROMs to convert an MPU to a Space Shuttle MPU. So we're going to start off today. There's a bunch of people in there now playing, so once they head out, we have more of an open arcade, we'll start doing that. But we're going to probably start with Star Wars, putting a newer button in there. So we'll kind of show you what's going on with it, pick it up from there. We got to do some work here on the old girl Star Wars here. Everything's working fine on the game. Actually holding up and playing really well, but something about this doesn't seem very right to me. So the button's broken, the little retainer clip here is kind of worn off, so we're going to lift the playfield up, swap that button out.
That button's the game.
Alright, so we got the playfield kind of halfway up here on its little feet, and you can see down here there's a little acorn nut that goes in the back of this here, so we're going to go ahead and loosen that guy up and just hopefully swap out that button. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. So we actually had to lift the playfield the rest of the way up to be able to get a tool in here. There's actually, like, I'll show you on this side, there's actually like a screw, the metal washer kind of holding that in place, so I think we're actually going to have to pull this whole switch off. Pull the switch off with these two screws here, and then kind of hopefully get either like a plier in there or a socket to pull that off. So let's see what we can do. Alright, we finally got it out. So out with the old and broken, and with the new and shiny. So we're going to put this in where this one came out of, put our nut back on, put the switch back in. Alright, so the new switch is in, working good, everything's back together. So I did notice that the game's actually kind of dirty, so you can see down here some of the coil stuff. This is normal for any early pinball, but some of the coil stuff's coming off here, so I'm going to vacuum this out, and we're just going to clean the insides of it a little bit. And whenever you pull the balls out to check on, it's always a good idea to just polish them up real quick, make sure that they're not getting pitted or anything like that. So fellas, don't forget to check your balls. So now that this is kind of done, we're going to go ahead and head over to FunHouse. Okay, we've got the game off now. You can kind of get a better look at what exactly is broken. So we're going to go ahead and lift this guy up, and we're going to put in a brand new switch. Don't know how well this is going to capture, but basically we need to pull these two screws out right here, and those two screws right there in the center hold that up. So we're going to pull that up. Pull those screws out, and we're going to pull the switch down through the bottom of the playfield, and then we're going to solder the new one in. Alright, so here's the old switch. You can see that the switch is actually still together, but this is the old foam that's kind of ripped off, but it's just broken, so you can kind of get an idea. This is what a brand new switch looks like. It's got the nice thick foam on it when the ball hits it, but this is just from being old and brittle and everything. So we're going to basically have to desolder these two wires here. Actually, it's 4 wires here on the top. Put them on these new lugs here on the switch, and then pop it back in. So let's desolder some crap. Just a quick little view of the new versus the old, and also one thing I did notice is the lugs look like they're backwards. So it shouldn't make a big deal. Still, it's just an off and on switch, but we're gonna take a picture before we desolder this so we know which wires go where. Pretty sure the double wires go on the open lug, and the yellow wire goes on one of the ones with the diode. So we'll take a peek at the pictures, and we're gonna put them back in. Alright, so, fun fact if you own a FunHouse, the switch doesn't want to go through the playfield from the bottom. However, if you squeeze it hard enough and kind of wedge it in there perfectly, it will come up and go through. So, if you come over here to the top, it's kind of hard to see. My cameraman was busy looking at her phone right here. This switch has come through, and it's actually repaired. So we're going to finish putting the light and everything back on, and then we're going to close the game up, and we're going to make sure that everything still works. Alright, so as you can see here, how beautiful. Don't look at the rest of the game. The game's dirty, it needs to be shopped out. But this beautiful switch is here. So what we're going to do, and also
broke my spotlight that used to light up Rudy's evil face. But we started the game now. Figured we'd chatting with you. But here's the switch, the P switch, and we hit this. Lights that up and gives us points. Everything's working. Rudy's phone hideout. Hit him right on his mouthpiece. So, FunHouse back up for now. Again, we need to shop it out, but back up playing. So now that's done. I don't remember what I gotta do next. Oh yeah, we're gonna go back to the EPROMs on the System 11 board, and we're gonna go ahead and make sure they're erased, and program the Space Shuttle sound and CPU ROMs for that board. Back to it.
Alright, so basically here, we had a bunch of people come into the arcade and they got super busy, so I'm just going to do some voiceover. But this is the MPU. Well, basically what we're doing is we're going to pull those 4 ROM chips up there out and actually reprogram them to have the Space Shuttle software in them. So there's 2 sound ROMs that we're going to reprogram, and there's also the 2 CPU chips here. So here we have them pulled out. They had the original labels, everything on them. We're just going to go ahead and pull those off and actually put them into the little EPROM oven that erases them with UV light. So here the stickers have been pulled off. The little windows there actually need to be uncovered so the UV light can erase the chips. So this is the EPROM oven here. We're going to go ahead and pull this little tray open and try to do this in one hand, put all of the EPROMs with the exposed windows in here. So with this little oven, you can probably fit about 6 or 7 chips in there at any given time. But we just have the 4 here that we're going to worry about. So we get these all in here, again making sure that these windows on the chips are uncovered. And then once they're in there, we're going to go ahead and set the timer on the top. And basically what the timer is going to do, it's going to tell us how long we want to basically cook them for. Again, kind of hard to do this with one hand here. But we're going to max this out, and then we're going to go ahead and turn the light on. This little switch over here on the top. So once you turn that on, you can kind of see the little UV light bulb turn on. Labels are kind of getting in the way, so we're going to tuck those down. And then we're going to go ahead and let them sit here for a little while and cook. And we'll come back and check these in a little bit.
Alright, so ROMs are out over here. We're going to go ahead and take these guys here, put them into the GQ4X. I usually keep the stickers on it so I know what was what. Go ahead and lock it down. So this is an M27256 according to the chip. So then we're going to come over here to the software. We're going to come over here. I'm going to try doing this one-handed. We're going to do device, and then manufacturer. We're just going to do EPROM, and then we're going to do generic, and it was M27256. All right, 27256. So we're going to scroll through this list here. 27. Let's see. 27256. Select. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and do command, and we're going to do blank check. Alright, so that one is not erased. So we're going to cook these guys again, and we'll check them after they cook. Alright, so this is the second cooking of these chips. They've been in for almost 2 hours total. So we're going to pull these out, throw them back on the EPROM reader, see if they're blank yet. Alright, so we got this back on here. I did notice that this is actually, the manufacturer is SGS. So on here we can come over to the software, go to device, nice list, come down the list here, SGS, it's an M2756, we're going to select that, we're going to blank check it. Alright. Looks like it is finally blank. So we're going to go ahead and check all 4 of these, and then we'll look at actually writing the code to them. Alright, so 3 of the 4 chips are officially blank, but 1 had to go back into the oven again, not really the oven, the ultralight oven, to finish being erased. So we're probably going to have to pick this up on the next episode, but basically what we're going to do now is we're going to take the software that's been converted from Space Shuttle that used to run on that System 9 board,
to an System 11A board, and we're going to go ahead and write those there. But I do need all 4 chips in order to do that. So unfortunately, we'll pick this back up on the next episode. Go ahead and flip us around here this way. But we did get the new button inside of Star Wars done. We got the switch on FunHouse. Sorry it's been a while, but again, you know how it is. Life and work and travel and all that junk gets in the way. But as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the new followers and the new subs and all that stuff. We'll be streaming later this week on Twitch. Probably going to do some arcade stuff, change it up a little bit. We've been playing a lot of League because the new season started. But probably do some arcade streams, maybe some Katsui or something like that off the Egret. But as always, guys, thanks again. Catch you on the next episode.